At that time that my boyfriend paid for us to get a couples massage for my birthday. And when I was waking back like up from the massage, she was like, how do you feel? And I was like, guys, I was like, Mommy? Mom? Sorry. I'm sorry. Mommy? I'm sorry. Hi, here, welcome to my channel. I have a very important secret to reveal to the masses. I have a secret, can you keep it? Gotta lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave. Yeah, are you wearing socks? Are you sitting down? Because it's time to saddle up or saddle out. It's happening. This information must be shared with the public. I am flabbergasted to have learned this information and not have been taught this extensively in therapy, in school. Well, in therapy, yeah, as an adult. But like, this would have helped me as a teen, as a child, as a preteen, change my life. As an adult, this stuff is not taught to us. Hold on, there's, oh my God. I've got to get a little rag to wipe this off. I think it might be blessed. Gonna sweep. They love when I sing to bless you. Alright, thank God. Back to the video. Today's science tells us that 95% of our daily life, that 95% of our brain activity is unconscious. Meaning that the majority of the decisions we make and things we say and do and throughout the day and even feel, including anxiety, depend on that 95% of brain activity that lies beyond conscious awareness. So when I found this out, my next question was, what exactly is the subconscious? Subconscious, defined as of or concerning the part of the mind of which one is not fully aware, but which influences one's actions and feelings. As a noun, it's defined as the subconscious part of the mind, not in technical use in psychoanalysis, where unconscious is preferred. The conscious is 95% of our behavior, the things we say, we do, and that we believe and the emotions we feel. Here's the tidbit of information about this that is life-changing. We have power and control over our subconscious minds with our conscious mind. Now, what is the conscious mind? It is the awareness of and response to one's surroundings. Now, you may have heard this before. We cannot control a lot of things around us, but we can control how we react, meaning our conscious behavior. So if we have control and power over this conscious behavior, therefore, since the conscious rules the subconscious, we have control over the subconscious, the ability to train, retrain, reprogram our subconscious mind. Gee, what does that mean? Oh, only that you can like program your mind with whatever you desire and literally train yourself to believe whatever you want in your beliefs, and you literally change your internal reality, which in turn changes your external reality. So therefore, to change our subconscious, all we have to do is change what we consciously do, right? It seems easier said than done. You see, the reason all these people tell everyone to meditate and the reason all these successful people meditate is because what meditation does is it allows you to practice observing your thoughts and observing what you feel and observing what's going on in your head and your body. And when you practice that consciously, it transfers to your subconscious, and your subconscious begins to become aware and detach a bit. Just like when we meditate, we can observe how we're feeling without necessarily reacting and holding on to each thing. Think of meditation as you're sitting in a park on a bench, and it's a busy park. There's lots of people walking by. People walking by represent your racing thoughts. Now, if you're sitting on a bench at a park, you don't get up and run up to each person and grab them and hold them tightly, force them to sit with you, tell them they can't leave, and act like a fucking crazy bitch. However, you can acknowledge the person, embrace that the person is there, and allow it to keep walking. Think of your mind, your thoughts as leaves down a stream. So this practice normalizes awareness, and this awareness being normalized is how you can program and deprogram your mind, which greatly influences your manifestation abilities, your just feelings, your life. Even if you are not into spiritual stuff at all, manifesting, you can can literally train your brain to not be as anxious, to not be in a fight or flight state. And it takes time and it takes practice. Just daily little things, atomic habits. And it is so worth the effort of putting it into because it's something that has greatly eliminated my anxiety. I went from being a very anxious person, you know, I've been through a lot. I've been in foster care. I found my mom dead. I have been sexually assaulted. I have been raped. I can go through a list of things to you, okay? I have lost friends to overdoses. I've had a friend murdered to death with a baseball bat, okay? My life has not necessarily been the easiest, breeziest, beautiful cover girl. So these things have taught me invaluable lessons that I'm here to share with you on how you can go through shit like that and it come out the other side happier in a way. Like, not happy that those things happened, of course, but like grateful and loving and like, okay, here is an example, prime example of how this works. Consciously, a person is told from the time they're young and consciously says to themselves and acts in a way that this is true. Something simple, a conscious thought. Oh, I'm horrible with directions. Each time you think that, feel it, say it, tell someone that, and believe it, it becomes more and more solidified in your brain that it is true. And your brain looks for reasons for that to be true because you have told it it's true. And perhaps even an example in real life has displayed that to be true. So each time you say that, it's being subconsciously programmed into your mind. And the thing about beliefs is whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Because like I said, the brain searches for what it believes to be true. Or a better way to say that is the brain is literally trained to see things a certain way. So once we can bring awareness to that, we have so much power over how we can train our brains and therefore change our lives. Because think about it. So what I'm saying is whatever you believe rules your life for better or for worse. Oh, I'm terrible with money. That is something you are programming into your subconscious mind each time you say it. And your brain will look for evidence that that is true because you are saying it's true. So become aware of the shit that you say, man. That's also to myself. I mean, it's something that like we as humans just need to practice regularly and be aware of. And it's just not like I feel like it's like not simply taught and like easily accessible information. Like, you know, I didn't even know what neuroplasticity was until after I graduated high school. Wait, no, it might have been before. It might have been a little, but like still. If my anxiety was so bad as a kid, if someone had stressed to me, these steps, little steps you take each day will make a huge difference and basically eliminate your anxiety and depression and anything that feels like shit. And I just wanted to say a lot of our beliefs aren't even our own in a way. They were picked up along the way from, you know, people that labeled us as things or identities that we have clung on to. And we are so much more than that. And this is your reminder. This website had a freaking phenomenal example of how our thoughts play such a huge role in neuroplasticity. Hiking trails are similar to your brain pathways. Just as a grassy path becomes flattened, matted, and worn away every time a hiker walks over it, as you focus on something with your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, you strengthen your brain pathways. Over the days, months, and years, a well-traveled hiking trail becomes a well-worn pathway. Compare this to a trail that is not well-traveled or perhaps a faint trail made by small animals. These trails might be noticeable to the naked eye. However, their visibility pales in comparison to the trails that get higher foot traffic. This is great news for making desired changes. As long as you know how to develop and strengthen neural pathways, you can change just about anything you want. This is also why the habits you have had for many years are the most challenging to change. They have carved the most well-worn grooves or deepest trails in your brain. Thus, the pathway related to getting dressed in the morning at 50 years old is much deeper and worn than the pathway you had at 8 years old. Create new habits. Fortunately, as you practice traveling down new pathways, you naturally weaken old pathways. As you think similar thoughts and feel similar feelings, you create new habits and beliefs or solidify old ones. Eventually, through repetition and feeling and intensity, your new pathways will develop. So what I'm getting at is our brains are living on autopilot most of the time, right? From our conscious programs that we put into our brain, our subconscious autopilot takes over. So these little conscious things that we can do to change our lives can change our 95% or more of our lives. Like that. That little paragraph or two that I read is from an article, Neuroplasticity, 4 Steps to Change Your Brain and Habits, written by Dr. Kim and Dr. Hill on the website authenticityassociates.com. So yeah, it's just a very beautiful metaphor. There's also another very popular metaphor, the sled metaphor, which is basically comparing it to a ski slope instead of like a ski slope. I don't live where it snows, okay? I live in Alabama, unfortunately. No, I'm grateful. Very grateful to live in Alabama. Anyway, okay, bye. That's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Today's message was very, very, very important and dear to my heart. I think if I had one video, one message I could broadcast to the entire world, it would be this, because of the value in the information that this has given me. It may seem very simple to some people. It may seem completely new to others. So thank you. Subscribe, like, comment. I love to interact in the comments below. I love liking and responding to you guys' comments. So please continue to do that. Check out my Instagram, alexisanastasiajames. Check out my TikTok, alexisanastasiajames. And check out my YouTube, The Little Witch, and subscribe. Thank you. I love you.